The H1N1 flu pandemic is obviously a health concern, but it is also a concern in terms of business continuity when employees are calling in sick. Hi, I'm Rebecca Brayton and welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be learning more about the issue of contingency planning for absenteeism due to swine flu. Why is the H1N1 strain causing so much concern?
It's hard not to notice the H1N1 issue because it's out there in the news. It's been talked about ever since it made its first appearance in Mexico. And for many people, the word pandemic is an association with some disasters of the past, including the bubonic plague, the Black Plague. All a pandemic is a disease of an unusual nature that has spread to a wide region.
Based on your research, are you able to predict how it will spread?
Based on what we know from the past, we do know that the influenza virus of all types is fairly infectious, so it does pass from person to person quite quickly.
You mentioned that flus generally come in 3 waves.
In this particular case, the first wave would have been the one that occurred in the spring. It started in Mexico and spread somewhat. It tended to slow down through the summer, but continued to seed itself into the various communities. As we're starting to see a slow increase of H1N1 cases and a spread through North America, we're now in what we would call the second wave.
Can you give any specific recommendations to businesses in terms of preparing for absenteeism?
What's important from a business continuity perspective is whether people are able to work or not. So contingency planning is all about putting in place backups and the necessary plans to deal with possible absences, being able to shift employees around if needed to fill in for essential services. The best advice we can give, and maybe it's the toughest to swallow, is for people who have flu-like symptoms to stay home. And that's going to take a bit of a culture shift because there's a tendency for people to feel that their work will not survive without them and that they absolutely have to come into work. Well, that would be doing a disservice to their employer if they end up coming into work and making other people sick. So we're trying to persuade people that it's really important to stay home if you have flu-like symptoms. You're not being a hero and you're not helping us by coming in sick.